mining a Bitcoin block just became more straightforward on the grounds that a few excavators have been exiting the organization to pick up and move on. The trouble of mining a Bitcoin block fell by 4.3317% to 29.8970 at 15:02 UTC on May 25. The Bitcoin mining trouble consequently changes like clockwork or somewhere in the vicinity, contingent upon how much processing power, or hash rate, is getting the organization to keep the time expected to mine a block close to 10 minutes. Understand more. How does Bitcoin mining work? The cost of Bitcoin endured cost misfortunes throughout the course of recent weeks, and more seasoned models of mining rigs have become unbeneficial. So diggers are fueling them off to try not to bear the expenses. As of May 4, Bitmain's Antminer S9 have been misfortune-making for excavators that pay as many as 6 pennies each kilowatt-hour of power, as per information from Luxor and F2 Pool. By and large, S9s, delivered in 2017, have had the option to make do on the lookout. As of the finish of 2021, they represented 1/5 of the absolute hash rate, as per research from CoinShares. A portion of these apparatuses, timing up to 14 terahashes second, have been connected for more than 5 years. Bitmain's most recent apparatuses can convey up to 255 terahashes second of registering power. Diggers that utilization all the more impressive machines can endure trouble changes. As per its May 17 bulletin, Compass Mining determined that Bitmain's Antminer S19, sent off in 2020, can stay beneficial regardless of whether the mining trouble pairs, given that diggers pay under 8 pennies for every kilowatts per hour of power and the cost of Bitcoin is more than $30,000. Considering that Bitcoin is presently drifting around $30,000, the income make back the initial investment cost for Antminer S9s is around 5 pennies, which is simply over the business middle of 4 pennies. A great deal of the organization is controlled by S9s, and with these apparatuses now unfruitful, in general registering power on the Bitcoin network has dropped. The organization's hash rate has dropped around 9% from its high in the previous month. Enduring the hardship, excavators that utilization equipment in a similar classification as Bitmain S9s with energy costs north of 5 pennies are probably going to yield. Since S9s are as yet selling for $150-300 for each unit, mining ranches may choose to sell them. Retail diggers will experience the ill effects of the unbeneficial quality of these mining rigs. Retail excavators frequently utilize more costly facilitating bundles and bring about higher capital expenses for gaining equipment. Retail excavators should continually move up to most recent age equipment to be shielded from slumps in mining financial matters. Notwithstanding, the decline in the market will likewise imperil some modern scale tasks. Specifically, those that raised assets through obligation, frequently utilizing Bitcoin and equipment as guarantee, and more youthful ventures that were too hopeful in their suspicions. The CMG Group CEO expects a few excavators with long-haul buying agreements to run into income issues, particularly those that didn't go through the last scarcely any down cycles and were subsequently too loosened up in their gamble evaluations. Retail excavators have a couple of stunts up their sleeves. They as a rule buy less expensive recycled machines. They likewise play with the hashing pace of their machines by one or the other bringing or overclocking the hash rate down to assist with matching their own remarkable factors, so they could possibly keep working much under these ongoing economic situations. Home excavators can have a great deal of room and wide working reaches, so incredibly negative economic situations should continue for a considerable length of time for them to close down their machines. Retail excavators can gather Bitcoin at a markdown when the cost of the resource is high, so they can retain market variances. Furthermore, more effective mining rig models like the S19 Pro are as yet making back the initial investment at 17 pennies each kilowatt hour, which is underneath the normal US utility cost. In any case, there are cutoff points to how high the hash rate can get and how low the cost can get before a home excavator might be in an ideal situation turning off their ASIC. Paradoxically, institutional diggers can moderate market gambles by getting less expensive power supply, acquiring the very good quality mining gear from the fundamental machine providers, helping out more expert mining destinations and pools, and supporting the unpredictability of Bitcoin payout with monetary subordinates. Bitfufu and Bitdeer, two of the world's greatest cloud mining stages and, accordingly, significant suppliers of hashrate to retail diggers, would not remark on this story. The greater trouble picture. Notwithstanding, by and large, in the previous year, the trouble of mining Bitcoin has expanded by 30%, which has after some time delivered more seasoned rigs unfruitful and pressed diggers' edges. On the off chance that the excavators choose to sell their machines as opposed to closing them down, the hash rate will remain at a more significant level. The present drop in the Bitcoin mining trouble will give some transient help for excavators battling to earn enough to pay the bills. As usual, a great deal relies on the cost of BTC. On the off chance that it go on in a descending twisting, more diggers will probably be valued out. As the attachment speeds up, more models will be estimated out like during the bear market of 2018 to 2019. The worth of 1 terahash of processing power has decisively diminished in the beyond a half year, from a pinnacle of around 40 pennies for every terahash each day, to 12 pennies for a similar figuring power, Luxor Mining's hash price index shows. Open doors are beginning to emerge as the market ends up being bothered. The Luxor Group imagines that there are numerous diggers who put in enormous fates requests, however are at this point not ready to take them on and will be hoping to exchange them, implying that costs for Bitcoin mining apparatuses could slide down further. Simultaneously, many home excavators would prefer to pay a premium on their Bitcoin through mining at a loss. That is on the grounds that many mine at home to try not to open themselves to security gambles, like know your client prerequisites, or the chance of resources being seized or taken when custodied by an incorporated supplier like a crypto trade. Friends, I really need your support, so if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel and write any comment right now.